Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we are doing a story kit crush using the story kit Strong. Now I've pulled out the 4x4 cards. They came in the kit, all I believe 8 of these, and so I've kind of grouped them together into like this orangey red scheme with the black one there, and then these all have a blue green going on, and like this is like a really deep forest green, so I kind of like the way those look together as well. I am sort of leaning towards this with this and my 8x8 collage paper, which I do like. That looks all good, Maggie Holmes. Or I do either like this marbly one, and I wonder if I use the marble black and white, if the red and the oranges, yeah, I think that looks better. But then that might be too busy, I don't know. Like you can go either way because the photos are black and white, and I kind of really like this too. But then I think maybe that looks too busy too. Because remember, what I'm gonna do too, sorry if I didn't say, I'm making this into a double page 6x8 layout, so it's not gonna be 12x12. This is just me like working through the process. I kind of really like the floral the way that's going. They're all really good options in case you do have this story kit. Because all it's gonna be is probably like the thinnest border around this side, and I have to cut off this, and then it's gonna be this side with these. Maybe flipped. Yeah, maybe flipped too. So you're just gonna see a peek of this. So I think maybe this, because I like just the contrast. So we are making a 6x8 layout. So like I said, let's get started, and I'm gonna trim off one of these, and here, oh here, it was close by, page protector, so that I can cut out the size of the paper that I need for this. Yeah, it's gonna be just like peeking through. Okay, let's get started. This layout is heavily inspired by Ali Edwards herself. She is a huge influence on the way my storytelling has evolved. I simply just do not find the time to do 12x12 layouts in a very creative manner lately, so I find Ali Edwards' approach to storytelling and her products in a very simple but effective and impactful way for these layouts. The size itself being a 6x8 now is also manageable for me if I just have a half hour to an hour to get something done for our memory books. I have evolved in my approach, and I think everyone does in this hobby, depending on where you are. And in this chapter of my life, I find that this version of memory keeping for me and my family and my memories is maintainable. Is that a word? With the time that I do have, simply because I do like to share my work on YouTube too, and even this editing and taking photos takes some time, and it's a learning process. It's not easy, but it's self-taught, and I can appreciate it for that. So I do hope that you have been finding my content as it has evolved still relevant and inspiring for you to still be a part of my little internet family here. So with these cards, I will do my journaling, probably handwritten, just so that it's handwritten and not just always typed. I am making little flaps for each of these cards so that they flip down to view. This is exactly, I think, how Ali did it as well. And the photos itself, I recently been a guest designer for Cocoa Daisy, and they needed a new headshot for their blog for me. And so I had to do my hair and makeup, and I took a bunch of these in portrait mode on my iPhone. And so on portrait mode, you can edit the background out. And then I just printed it in black and white to Walgreens on an 8x8 print. I do believe it maybe was $2 or $3, but there's always a coupon, so remember that. And that was how I was able to get it. And so my journaling will just simply be kind of like the aspects of me as just a person, me as a mother, me as a business owner with my husband, and me just to my family and friends. Okay, so I did my journaling just off screen. I almost want to put the lines underneath it. Ali Edwards always does that as well, and I just kind of think I like the look because it looks a little bit busy, but it's neither here nor there. So I just did some quotes in the front about strength, and then all my journaling on 3 different aspects of my life. This will go into my 6x8 album, and it's beautiful the way it turned out. Let's do layout number 2. Hello, let's work on layout number 2 using the Strong Story Kit. This again will be inspired by Ali Edwards. So I have this photo that I've already cut the photo down and hole punched it on the last day of pre-K for my daughter. And I wrote her a letter on like all the things that we were proud of her and how the school year went as a reflection piece. And then I already cut, ooh, and actually it's already gotten smudged, some vellum to go over it. And I punched a hole there. And I've already folded a little lip so that it kind of has a bit of a flap. And I cut it so that it didn't block over the punched hole, so that it kind of can go like that. And all we're going to do right now after this is just attach this little piece and just embellish it. So Allie used the felt heart and then cut up the sentiment on this card for there. So that's what we're probably going to do. And then I'm going to cut up some of these circles and embellish this little side here. But I did have the gray one too, because I did like it. I'm trying to see if like the colors worked better, which is why I also printed this on cream cardstock and not just white, just because it felt like it was like these earthy tones. I think I kind of still like the navy because of the sign was so big. So stay with me and we'll just embellish this one, because this one is light on everything else because it's just one photo and all of my journaling on this side. Let's get started. So with the large photo and my journaling all done, all we have to do is for this layout is embellish it. And once again, I am heavily inspired by the lovely Allie Edwards. And I just used that vellum, which I bent over to create kind of a flap to hold the felt heart and all, and then the sentiment on top of it that I will use, I think Fabri-Tac glue. Yep, Fabri-Tac glue, Fabric Fusion glue, because it's the felt part makes it hard just to use your double-sided tape runner. If you don't know now, you know. And so, like I said, it's just a letter to Valentina, just kind of reflecting on the school year she had as a pre-K 3-year-old / 4. The good and the bad, not the bad, but just like the challenges that we faced with her going there as well. In addition, just to how much she's learned and grow. I'm a very active mom, so I do a lot at home with her. So yeah, so she just blossomed this year. And so now in this current year, I hope I have even more of the strengths to share with her that she gains while, you know, at VPK, because we are working on reading, believe it or not, and sight words. And so I think these letters to her at the end of the school year will be an annual thing for me as Mama Bear, just to kind of document how she grows and changes. Okay, that will be this layout complete. So I embellished it by cutting up all of those, and last minute decision to put the other little cutout heart on the back side, because this paper will warp the vellum now that I added that Fabri-Tac glue, but I just don't know how else the felt stays on vellum, so I'm willing to deal with a little bit of a buckling vellum paper. But at least these two were been told. Again, story of strength about her going through her first year of school. And now this will go in my 6x8. Oh, and speaking of, I need to poke a hole in those holes. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and give this video a thumbs up so that I know you are enjoying the content I am creating for you. Till next time, everyone. Bye.